class? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. Again, before, wala pa na-grab. After na-grab, there is heat released. Kaya na may na-release nga heat, kung atong i-take into account ang total energy sa system before and after, obviously, dili pareha. Kay right after, na may na-release. So, nakuhaan. Nakuha ninyo ang concept?
Yes, miss.
Hello? Mm. So, nganong nakuhaan man, ma'am? Because na ay presence of friction. Friction is a perfect example of an external force which is a non-conservative force. So, ma'am, unsa din ning conservative force? If we talk about as a conservative forces, this is independent then class to the position of the object, and being a conservative force, if we take into account then the overall forces or summation of forces before and after, it's just the same. They're actually equal. Thus, we describe then this system to be conserved. So, unsa man day mahitabo, ma'am, usually if the system is actually conserved. So, it means class, just like sa kani nga given simulation nga frictionless, so that means as the object moves along the given ramp or U-shaped track gikan sa taas uphill going downhill, the summation class or the overall value for its mechanical energy gikan sa taas padung sa abos walay kalahian is just the same. So what happens now to the given forces, I mean energies class, being highlighted, especially kinetic and potential energy, since the system is being described, so that means class, if we sum up the kinetic energy and potential energy at different points or at any given points, the summation of those energies ke and pe, which is equal to me, it's just the same. Nasabtan ko? Ha?
Yes, miss.
Class?
Sabta na, miss.
So ma'am, as explained then by Ascuna, naa may portion diri nga ni mention nga at downhill, mo increase ang KE pero mugamay ang PE, right? Pero kung pasaka na gani, mo increase ang PE, mugamay ang KE. Nagkalahi-lahi lagi ang values, ma'am, sa KE and PE. Is that correct? Is the system still conserved? Is the total mechanical energy of the system still constant? The answer is yes. So what basically happens, class, is that there is merely transformation of one form of energy to another, wherein the gravitational potential energy is completely converted class to kinetic energy as the object moves downhill. And the opposite is true as it goes uphill. So what happens now kung pasaka siya, the kinetic energy class of the object is completely converted then to gravitational potential energy. Remember, as mentioned by your classmate earlier, the GPE or the gravitational potential energy is highly dependent then to the object's relative position from the ground. So the higher the vertical distance to where the object is being raised, it means to say it possesses a greater value of gravitational potential energy. So in that given case, since there is mere conversion from one form of energy to another, if we add up ke and pe, it's equal to me. So at different points, kung atong i-add up si ke and pe, same ra silang value actually to, if we speak about its total mechanical energy. That will only be true, again I'd like to highlight it, if there is no presence of a non-conservative force, if there is no presence of friction. Okay, again, if there's presence of friction, what happens, there will always be a production or a release class of waste energy, which is in a form of heat or other known as thermal energy, as discussed then with our example earlier. Nga, as you rub your palms, As you rub your two hands, you feel the heat, class. Init ang imong kamot. That init signifies then that heat has been released due to the presence of friction. Kaya na may release sa heat, wala na conserve ang total energies in the system. Kaya naa may na-release, nakuhaan man ang energy, ang total energy sa system. So it is not conserved. Nasabtan ba,
Subscribe
class?
na ba?
Okay, I hope so. That makes sense. Okay? Sige. We now proceed to group 1. Peke. Inday, are you ready?
Yes, Miss.
Sige. Sige. Please describe briefly what you did then in the second part. Then you proceed then to the presentation of your results in part B.
Okay, so good morning, everyone.
Good
So,
morning.
in this part, letter B, nag-conduct na sa katong experiment sa simulation,
Mm,
and then na siya ang result sa test o ang explanation. So, the
mm,
first kay, will the speed increase, decrease, or stay the same? So, sa result sa test, the speed increases. So,
mm,
why? So, as the skater moves downhill on a frictionless track, there is no friction to oppose the motion. So, the gravitational force pulls the skater downwards, and then converting the potential energy into kinetic energy, and as well as accelerating the skater as they move along the track mo increase yung speed. Number
Okay,
two
good.
is
Sige. Mo kuan sa ko ha, ma-inject so kadali ha. Yeah, it's good that you have mentioned that as it moves down, it does actually accelerate, which is actually correct. Okay. And then as highlighted, due to the absence of friction, so there is a complete conversion then of the GPE, the gravitational potential energy, to the kinetic energy. Thus, you do observe then an increase in speed. All right. Good. Next.
number two, will the
Mm,
kinetic energy increase, decrease, or stay the same? So the result is the kinetic energy increases. So the kinetic energy of the skater is given by the formula 1 half
mm.
mv squared, where m is the mass of the skater and v is the velocity. So as the skater moves downhill and speeds up, the velocity increases. Thus, the kinetic energy, because it is directly proportional to the square of the speed, it as well increases.
Okay. Muna akong mention kanina that if we present it then class in a form of formula, kinetic energy is equal to 1 half mv square. And you're right, Peke. Looking alone then the given equation, we can say then that the kinetic energy is directly proportional to the square of its speed. So that means kung ma-increase ang speed, the kinetic energy increases too. Okay. Good. And next.
Number three, will the potential energy increase, decrease, or stay the same? So the
Mm,
potential energy decreases. So potential energy, it is calculated by mgh, where m is the mass, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height above some reference point. So as mentioned po ganina, so as the skater descends the track, the height decreases.
mm,
Therefore, the potential energy of the skater also decreases.
exactly. As defined by the given equation, mgh, so potential energy class is actually highly dependent then on the object's configuration or relative position from the ground. So the greater its height or vertical position from the ground, the greater is its value of gravitational potential energy. So in this case, as you've mentioned, Peke, kapadung ubos man ang object, obviously H decreases. So with the gravitational potential energy. Okay, last.
Last is will the thermal energy increase, decrease, or stay the same? So the thermal energy stays the same since the track is described to be frictionless. So walay frictional forces na mo convert mechanical energy into heat. Thus, the
Mm.
thermal energy of the skater stays the same due to the absence of friction.
Okay, I think I have already explained that one kanina, right? In the absence of non-conservative forces, it means to say that the given system is conserved. The total mechanical energy of the system remains constant at different points. Okay? Thank you, group one.
Thank you.
Now we proceed, class. Thank you, Peke. Now we proceed to part C of the experiment, and let us see the results from group five. Cavalida, are you now ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Sige. Wait sa Inday ha. Let me open first your worksheet. Okay, you may now begin.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Mm,
So, how do you think changing the mass of the skater will change the results? So, the greater the mass of the skater, the greater the total thermal or kinetic and potential energies. Thermal energy also increases faster, and kinetic and potential energies are lost faster. So, the smaller the mass of the skater had the opposite effects. This means that changing the mass affects the energy dynamics. Like I've said, with the higher mass resulting in more kinetic and potential
mm,
energy. So since kinetic and potential energy have a direct relationship with mass, this
mm.
means the increase in mass will lead to a corresponding increase in the kinetic potential and total energy.
Okay, yes. Very correct. Princess. Princess, right? Cavalida.
Yes, ma'am.
Our
Yes, ma'am.
kinetic energies and our kinetic and potential energies class are dependent as well to the mass. If we go back then to the given equations as presented by Peke earlier, kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv square. So we see then direct relationship, right? It's directly proportional then class to the mass. So the greater the mass, the greater as well as the kinetic energy. It's so with class for the potential energy, which is defined then with the given equation mgh. M refers to the mass. So the more massive the given object is that is being raised at a certain height relative to the ground, the more it possesses gravitational potential energy. Okay? Sige. And how about the next
Um,
question?
number Yes, ma'am. Describe how you would test your ideas and then run trials to check your experiment plans.
Mm,
So I would try a person on it and see which one took longer to reach the end.
mm,
Um, I will run trials to compare the values of the speed and energy of the skater with different masses. Muna akong
mm,
pagpamaagi sa akong experiment plans.
mm,
So that means as the skater starts to go down the ramp, they will
mm,
have a high potential energy with low kinetic energy and speed. So as I tried as they approach the bottom, the potential energy is converted to kinetic energy and the speed increases.
mm,
And as they head back up the ramp, the high kinetic energy and speed is converted into higher potential energy.
mm. Okay.
And lastly, explain how your results compare to your predictions and make drawings from the simulation to help describe the effects of the mass.
Okay.
So as you can see, naay duha ka image diha, image 1 and
Mm.
image 2. Ang image 2 nasa bottom.
O klaro
So
na jud
my
kay image to
results
o,
agree with
dako
my
na kay ang person, right? Iyang jud padako na gyud ang mass.
yes,
I think makita man gyud sa person nga relatively bigger iyahang illustration. Sige, padayon, Princess.
yes, ma'am. My results agree with my predictions that as mass increases, so does the speed and the total. So
Mm,
the skateboarder in image 2 was able to reach the middle faster than the
mm,
skateboarder in image 1 because of his larger mass. So
mm.
it can be seen in each image in respective charts and graphs how the skateboarder with the larger mass has larger amounts of energy than the skateboarder who has the smallest mass which has the smallest amount of energy. Makita lang siya sa kilid ang kaning sa
Yes.
energy nga kuan graph
What does
nga
that
pag
green again represent? And that yellow? Gani?
kaning kaning
Kanang
yellow
sa
ma'am is the
graph.
total. Kaning sa graph ma'am ang green kay ang kinetic and ang yellow ang total nga kuan energy.
And the
So
blue?
once nga
Or
ang
dapat ni
skater
blue, no?
ang yes ma'am ang potential energy. So
Ah,
since naman
okay.
siya sa kuan, naman siya sa ato nga so gamay iyang
Mm,
potential. Dako
mm.
iyang kinetic. Yes
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Well said. I think that's very obvious, class, because you can see actually here from the given graph. The graph is a visual representation of what happens then to the energies if the mass is actually increased. So obviously, if you increase the mass, o klaro man diri sa graph as shown, magka-increase ang kinetic energy at the same time the total mechanical energy of the system. As for the potential energy, gamay siya value because the object is moving downwards or down the hill, right? Okay. Sige. So thank you for that, Kavalida. And now we are down to parts D and E. Let's look into the results from group 3. Kinsa ni si Boyles, Richel, Boyles.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Sige. Madali ha. Let me go over to part D for a while. Asa na tani? Okay, here. Part D and E.
So,
Sige. D sa ta.
so, try starting the skater at a few different heights to explore the skater speed and energy relationship to position. So, starting the skater at different heights alter their initial potential energy, which, as they
Mm,
descend, converts into kinetic energy, determining their speed. So,
mm,
greater heights provide more potential energy, accelerating the skater to higher speed. So additionally, mass affects this relationship. Smaller masses result in less energy and slower speed, while greater
mm,
masses lead to more energy and faster speed. Thus,
mm.
by observing the skater speed from various starting points, we can understand how changes in potential energy influenced by both height and mass impact their kinetic energy and overall speed.
Okay, I think that this was clearly then highlighted earlier by the results from group 5 in part C, right? So mass class highly affects then the speed of the object as it moves down and uphill, and so with their potential and kinetic energies. Again, speaking of PE, gravitational potential energy, um, this is highly dependent then class to the relative position of the object from the ground, right? So the greater the height, the greater is the GPE, and so with the more massive the material is or the object is, the greater actually is the gravitational potential energy, as defined again. I kalimti ang equation. That's mgh. M, that's mass. G, that's the magnitude of acceleration due to G, and H, again, that's height. And speaking for kinetic energy, This is also dependent as well with the object's mass and velocity. As defined by the given equation, kinetic energy is equal to 1 half mv square. M refers to the mass, where v refers then to the velocity of the object. So the greater its speed, and so with if the object is more massive, of course, it will yield to a greater value class of kinetic energy. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the next question. Dili na ta sa E.
So, number one, if the skater speed is zero, what would you predict the bar and chart would look like? So, if a
Mm,
skater's speed is zero, it means they are momentarily at rest. In terms of a graph representing their motion, if time is on the x-axis and
mm.
speed or velocity is on the y-axis, there would be a point where the graph intersects the x-axis at the point where speed is zero. So for a bar chart representing the skater speed at different points in time, there would be a bar graph that at the point where the speed is zero, indicating that the skater speed is not moving at that specific moment in time. The height of the bar would be zero, reflecting the absence of speed. So in both cases, the graph and the bar chart would visually indicate the momentary pause in the skater's motion when their speed is zero.
Okay, so when the skater speed is zero, I'd like to ask, aside from here, the explanation of the bar graph or the energy graph, at which point is the object located in a given track kung ang speed niya is zero? Asa man siya nga portion sa track?
When a skater speed is zero, there could be at various points along trajectory depending on the context.
Yeah, I'm asking asa siya to be specific. If the speed is zero, we cannot say that it could be at any different points. No, okay. As discussed earlier, as the object moves downhill or as it moves downwards, we have already mentioned that the speed actually increases, right? And explanation to that, because as the object moves downward, its downward direction of the object is parallel class to the pull of gravity, the gravitational pull. Thus, as expected, its speed would increase. It would even accelerate. Muna mo increase yung speed kay pa down man parallel man yung direction suppose sa gravity, so mag-increasing speed, in fact is even accelerating. So we cannot say at any points nga zero gyud kay padung ubos gani increase man ang speed. So if the question is asking at which point of the given track is the object located, if the speed is zero, so dili counted at any points. So asa man gyud nato makita ang object if the
It
speed
could
is
be top
described to
or
be
bottom.
zero. Ah,
It could be top or bottom.
top or
Sa
bottom?
starting point or where you decelerate the speed to zero.
Asa nga point?
Sa starting point, miss.
O asa man jud? Sa starting
Or
point
where
or
you
sa
decelerate
bottom point? Sa downhill?
sa bottom point, miss.
Asa man din nag-start di ay o nalibog na ko. Ang starting point din nato kay sa bottom point. Bibalik ko nato be. Warag nagkasaksak sinagol na taani. Asa ding starting point din sa atong object di ay?
Sa babaw, miss.
Ha? Sa taas or sa ubos? Inday. Where is the
Sa
starting
taas.
point? Sa taas, right? Uphill. So, balik ko na ako, asa man diri nga portion nga ang speed is described to be zero. At which point of the track? Uphill, downhill, or midpoints? When we say midpoint, between the uphill or downhill? Asa man jud?
Sa midpoint, miss.
Midpoint? Diha ang ang speed zero? Mao ba? Huna-huna agod. Gidiscuss na baya ganina ha, by Azcona, Peke, and Cavalida, that when the object moves down the ramp or down the track, its speed increases. Nagka-increase man. So nagkakusog ang iyang speed as it goes down. If that's the given case, asa day siya nga point di ay nga ma-describe nato nga ang speed niya zero. Of course, dili gyud na madawat nga ang speed niya zero downhill kay niingon na gud ta sa atong explanation ganina nga as it goes downhill its speed increases, right? Kaya ang direction sa motion sa object is parallel then to the pull of gravity, thus its speed increases. Pareho sa to experiment ko sa katong projectile, right? When we allow the given marble to roll in a given inclined plane before siya natagak sa edge sa table, right? Nagka-increase ba ang speed sa ato ang marble as it goes down the ramp. So at the bottom of the ramp, dili jud zero class sa iyang speed kay nagka-increase good, and we even further describe in terms of its energy that is as it goes down the hill its kinetic energy increases because the velocity or the speed of the object is increasing, right, as defined by the given equation. 1/2 is equal to mv square. So the greater the v, kung magka-increase the speed or velocity, ma-increase po sa kinetic energy. So dili na na madawat nga downhill zero ang speed. So asa man di ay zero? Asa day nga portion sa track? Ma-describe nato nga ang speed is zero. Asa man?
Sa top, miss. Sa starting point
Ngano
katong
man?
sa descent.
Okay, ngano man? Di ba U-shape ba atong track? Right? Gikan sa taas, naog, then saka na pod, since frictionless man, naog na pod siya balik, right? So, why is it that the speed of the object uphill is zero?
At rest pa siya, miss. Wala pa siya descent.
Unsa to?
At rest pa siya, miss.
Mhm. So, what about if niabot na siya sa endpoint then? So let's say initially at rest siya, sige madawat nato nga speed niya is actually zero. Gikan sa pinakataas nga portion, right upper right portion sa U-shape nga track. Then atong gi-release ang object. Okay. So ni-descend siya, then nisaka na pud siya padung sa opposite end of the U-shaped track, right? As it goes up to the opposite end of the U-shaped track, what will happen then to its speed? Inday, boyless. Maunsa ang speed niya as it goes up, right? Gikan sa taas, atong allow ang object to move down in a given frictionless ha ang ato ang ramp or ang track nato. So as it goes from the upper right portion of the U-shaped track, ato siyang gi-release. So as discussed earlier, inigdaog niya padung downhill, increase ang speed. How about inigpasaka niya sa opposite portion sa U-shaped track? What can we say then to the speed or the velocity of the object?
Mo-decrease
Pasaka
ang
na
speed.
siya pa sa opposite end. Maunsa to, Inday?
Mo-decrease ang speed.
Mo decrease? How about makaabot na gyud siya sa pinaka taas nga portion sa opposite side sa U-shaped track? Maunsa man? Ma o kumpletuha, magka-decrease to the point igabot sa tumoy. Maunsa? Inday, maunsa? Naog, increase, nisaka siya sa pikas portion sa track, nagka-decrease, inig-abot sa pinakatumoy sa pikas nga portion sa track, maunsa man siya.
Must stop.
Why? It it stops, right? Nga naman. It even momentarily stops. Oh, mo na imong gibutang diri sa yung answer. It momentarily stops. It is momentarily at rest. Why? Well, so diri nga portion, ang speed is actually zero. But the question here is why? Nga naman. So di nahitabo as it goes uphill. Why does the speed decreases to the point when it reaches then the opposite end or on the top portion of the opposite end, it momentarily stops? Why?
Due to the opposing force of the gravity, miss.
Ha? Unsa to? Please, can you please repeat?
Due to the opposing force of the gravity.
Due to the opposing force of
Or forces like air resistance or friction.
frictionless man ang ato ang
Factors.
track. Oh, so disregard the presence of friction. Nga naman momentarily stop say inigsaka sa pikas portion sa U-shape na track. Mo decrease ang speed to the point igabot niya sa tumoy sa opposite end, it momentarily stops. Why? Kay? Sa explanation ani?
Uh,
Mm.
why it momentarily stops
Mm.
is because other kinetic energy is entirely converted into potential energy.
Balika again. It's because
Why it momentarily stopped
mm.
kay ang kinetic energy is entirely converted into potential energy.
Okay. Because at this point, ngano mo momentarily stop ta? Ngano ni mo momentarily stop ang object? It's because this time, as it goes up the opposite end of the U-shaped track, the kinetic energy of the object this time is completely converted now in a form of gravitational potential energy. And as defined then, gravitational potential, from the name itself, potential energy, it's the energy class at rest. Right? Sakto? O nga nung na-convert di ay siya entirely to GPE or to potential energy pagpasaka. Naunsa di atong object. Sakto to siya. Explanation. Kay naay conversion from KE to PE. But why do we observe right on top maximum value of gravitational potential energy? Or why is there a complete conversion of KE to PE? Nga maximum ang ato ang potential energy or gravitational potential energy right uphill. Unsa jud ay nahitabo sa atong object? Sige be. other students or others from the class? Sige, let's try to analyze this. Nga naman, basta inigsaka na to, um, mo decrease ang speed to the point it reaches to the peak, it momentarily stops. That's correct observation. Answer kay kuan ma'am, convert ang KE to PE. That's also exact. The question here is let's explain further. Why? Ano naman convert? Why is there conversion of KE to PE? Ano sa jude ay exactly nahitabo sa object nato as it goes uphill? Anyone from the class?
because of the gravity.
O, unsa naman po yung role ni gravity ani? Is that you?
Ah,
Rage? Uy?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
sige. Unsa may role diri sa gravity rage?
Bale, iyang
Mm.
gi-pull paubos ang skate.
Iyang
Gi kuan paubos ang skate pag gi-pull.
iyang gipull. Pasaka man ka atong object.
Ay, sakto.
Oh,
It decelerates, miss, kay it opposes.
yes. So, ay bagyo? Sinahitabo. Nga mo momentarily stop lagi. Inig pa dong sa opposite end. Inig pasaka sa ato ang object in a given curved track. Yes. Ano?
It decelerates, miss,
Why does it
kay
decelerate?
due to the opposing force, which is the gravitational force.
Again, please. Can you please make it louder? Nganong mo decelerate ang atong object?
Because of the opposing force, miss, which is gravity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, to make it clear, nganong mo decrease ang speed? I think we have discussed this one class. Katong when we discuss actually about free falling bodies, especially when an object is being tossed up, right? Katong problems about an object's being tossed up, those objects are being described to be in free fall, uniform, accelerated motion. What gapon ni siya concept similar to an object being tossed. Kay ang atong object man pasaka man siya going uphill, going up the U-shaped track or U-shaped ramp. So why does the speed decreases? The explanation, it's because the object is actually decelerating. Why does it decelerate? Again, it's decelerating because the motion of the object, which is going up, is opposite to the direction of the pull of gravity, which is actually downwards, right? We are aware that the pull of gravity class, the gravitational pull of the earth is it's always directed downwards towards the earth's surface padung ubos. Unya ka ang motion man sa atong object pasaka man since it opposes then the gravitational pull class. As a result, its speed would actually decrease to the point when it reaches to the peak. And nagkahinay man to the point, it would actually momentarily stop. Now, speaking of its energy this time, kay nisaka man ang ato ang object, unsa may mahitabo in terms of energy. Obviously, kay ni momentarily stop man, it means the energy that is highly present when the object is on top or at the peak, it's the gravitational potential energy. Potential, meaning it's at rest, it's stationary, it's true, kay momentarily stop man, stationary man siya. And to support further, nganong naay presence sa gravitational potential energy, remember, the object is going up. There is an increasing vertical distance from the ground. kay pasaka man siya. And remember, gravitational potential energy, it's the energy possessed by an object by virtue of its position relative from the ground. So the higher the position the object is relative from the ground, uh, the more it actually possesses gravitational potential energy. Thus, right at the topmost portion or uphill, its GPE is maximum and zero for its KE. So there is actually full conversion this time from KE to PE. Again, nganong naay conversion? Naay transformation sa energy? Because there is no presence of a non-conservative forces. There is no presence of friction. Frictionless man ang ato ang ramp or ang atong curve track. Nagkasinabot? Nasabtan ba, class? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sige. We proceed to
Ma'am.
question number 2.
Where might the skater be when the speed is zero? So when a skater speed is zero, there could be at various points along their trajectory depending on the context. So if we're just considering a skater in a straight path with no external forces acting on them like friction or air resistance, they would typically come to a stop at either the starting point or at some point in between where they decelerated to zero speed. However, if we are talking about a skater on a curved path, they could momentarily have zero speed at the top or bottom of their trajectory depending on factors like momentum, gravity, or centripetal force.
Mm. Ang ato amang track inday is di man straight path. So ato na i-disregard ha ang first sentence na to because our track that we're talking about is a curved track, right? Curved ang atong path. So asa man ang points gani is zero. At you've mentioned on top, we have already explained it. At the bottom, zero ba ang iyang speed?
No miss.
So di mahitabo at the bottom or padung ubos ang atong object. Maunsa di ang speed?
Mupaspas ang speed miss if mo descend.
Mo paspas. So dili siya zero, no? Right? Boyless?
Yes, miss.
Mm, okay. I hope so. That's clear, ha? Sige. Let's proceed to number 3.
What do you predict the speed bar and pie chart will look like when the skater is at the low point as shown? So when the
Mm.
skater is at the lowest point of their motion, the speed will be at its maximum because of the potential energy has been converted into kinetic energy. At this point, the skater will be moving the fastest. The bar chart
Mm.
representing the energies would show that kinetic energy is at its highest while potential energy is its lowest. So the pie chart would likely show a big portion representing kinetic energy and a very small portion or almost none of the potential energy.
O mo na ni ang mo support sa idea nga at the bottom dili jud zero ang speed. You mentioned nga the speed even is at its maximum value when it is moving downhill because the potential energy has been converted into kinetic energy. Thus, the object will be moving the fastest. Right, class? Hello?
Yes, miss.
How about the others? Are you still following class? Are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sige. I hope so ha. Kay mag-quiz na ba ta next week niya? Happy to put ba ta mag-final. So, I hope so you're really paying attention then sa ato ang discussion of the results. So, we proceed now to question number 4. We're almost done sa kaninga part. Sige, 4.
Where might the skater be when the energies are equal? So when the
Mm.
skater is at a point where the total mechanical energy is equal to the potential energy, they are at the highest point of their motion, such as the peak or a ramp of. At this point, the skater's kinetic energy would be at its lowest because they are momentarily stationary at the top of their motion. So as the skater moves down the ramp or half pipe, potential energy decreases while kinetic energy or speed increases until they reach at the lowest point where potential energy is the lowest and kinetic energy is the highest.
Now the question here, yes, wala na question by the way. Talking about the KE and PE. Again, on top, maximum sa PE, zero sa KE. At the bottom, maximum sa KE, zero sa PE. Pero ang pangutana man gud nato diri, Boyles, okay, you are asked then, where might the skater be, or where might the object be when the energies are equal? The energies being talked about here are the potential energy and kinetic energy. So asa man sila equal, by the way. Kay arita sa taas, uphill, and lowest portion, bottom or downhill, obviously, the values for KE and PE are not equal. Max good si PE sa uphill or topmost portion, zero ang KE, di ba? Sa bottom, max ang KE, zero po ang atong PE. So ang pangutana, at which point are these energies equal in value? Asa man dapita?
Sa midpoint part.
Sa
Sa
asa
midpoint.
inday?
Sa
Sa
midpoint.
midpoint. If you're talking about the midpoint, asa man ni nga midpoint? Midpoint between what points? O, atong specify asa dapita nga midpoint. Between asa? Between what two points is this midpoint? Sa? Tunga-tunga sa? Asa?
Between sa two kapik, miss.
Unsa to? Between sa?
Between sa two peaks.
Between sa two peaks? Muna itong duha ka peaks. So, diri. Are you referring to this? Umaning midpoint sa two peaks. One peak, second peak. So, the midpoint that you're talking about is the downhill, the bottom. Diri ba? Equal ba di ay si KE ug si PE? Di ba? At downhill or at the bottom, KE is max. PE is zero. So, di sila equal. Asa man equal si KE ug PE ron?
Between the highest and the lowest point of their motion.
Between, again,
Between the highest and the lowest point of their motion.
between the highest point and the lowest point of their motion, or I think you're referring to between the highest and the lowest portion of the track, which could be here, yeah, at the starting point going downhill, right? Or at the last point and the downhill. So asa man nga portion diri sa tunga-tunga class, diri na to observe that the value of the kinetic energy is equal actually to the potential energy. And that will only be true if the given system is conservative, or and that's correct kay it's being defined nga frictionless man ang ato ang surface, ang atong wrap. So there is no presence of a non-conservative force, wala may friction. So right at this midpoint, from the highest point and the lowest point, or between the highest point and the lowest point, that midpoint we observe equal values for kinetic and potential energies. Okay? Sige. Last question.
summarize the relationship between position, energies, and speed. So the
Mm.
relationship between position, energies, and speed can be understood through the law of conservation of energy, which states that the total mechanical energy, potential energy plus kinetic energy of a system remains constant as long as the conservation forces like gravity are acting on it.
Oh, how about ang energy pod ang speed?
Miss?
Oh, naman siya i-mention pa diri. How about ang kaning relationship between kaning speed? You're mentioning only actually the given energies. How about ang speed? Tama man ni diri. Dapat ma-highlight ang kaning position, ang kaning energies, o ang speed as well. Mo man ang three nga variables that you're asked actually to make a relationship. So what should be the summary now? Now that we have already analyzed what happens to the object as it goes downhill and as it goes uphill, so what can we say now about the relationship? A summary of the relationships between position, energies, and speed.
It depends on the position along their trajectory, miss.
So,
As the skater ascends, potential energy increases while the speed decreases.
kompleto ha.
Converse,
Mm,
as the skater descends,
mm.
potential energy decreases while speed increases. So
Oh, okay. So, again, if we talk about the position, energies, and speed, so as the object goes up or as its position increases, its speed decreases. Because the speed decreases, we can observe then conversion of kinetic energy to potential energy. That means at a higher position or at the highest position, the value for the gravitational potential energy is at maximum while it has zero value for its kinetic energy. On the other hand, when the object descends or when its position this time decreases relative from a given height, its speed increases. Because there is an increase in speed, the kinetic energy of the given object also increases. And we can also observe at this time when the object descends or moves downhill, there is a full conversion of gravitational potential energy to kinetic energy. Again, at the bottom or going downhill, the kinetic energy is at its maximum value while the gravitational potential energy is zero. Kana muna ang relationship class for position, energies, and speed. Okay? Is it clear, class?
yes, miss.
Sige. Last group. We proceed to group 2. We have here Soy Baguio. So you will be presenting your results for F and G.
I see. Heal the F miss.
So Hill sa F, then you'll present then the G. Sige. Alright. Nana si Hill?
Nara, miss.
Okay. Sige, kadali ha. Ako kasi i-move down. Oh, F. Here.
So, research what conservation of mechanical energy means and explain it in your own words. So, the conservation of mechanical energy is a fundamental principle in physics that states the total mechanical energy in a closed system remains constant, provided that no non-conservative forces like friction are acting on it. Mechanical energy itself is the sum of kinetic energy, which is energy due to motion, and potential energy, which is energy stored due to an object's position or configuration. To put it simply, this is like a person who is holding a ball at a certain height. The ball has potential energy because of its elevated position. If we let it go, it falls, and as it does, that potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, the energy of motion. When the ball hits the ground, all the potential energy has been converted into kinetic energy. If we ignore air resistance and assume that no energy, the sum of potential and kinetic, remains the same throughout the fall. This is the essence of the conservation of mechanical energy. Energy can change forms but not be created or destroyed. In
Okay. Yes. Oh, sige. Napadipakapin. Sige. Padayon.
mathematically, this principle can be expressed as initial kinetic energy plus initial potential energy is equal to the and final kinetic energy plus final potential energy. The subscripts initial and final refer to the values of these energies at the beginning and end of an event or process. Maramis.
Okay. Other things you'd like to add? Okay na?
Okay na, miss.
Okay, so um, you were asked then to define this time. What is the conservation of mechanical energy? And yes, your explanation is actually correct. Ang katupong inyong example, when you're actually releasing a ball from a certain height, that is actually a good example to summarize then the concept of conservation of mechanical energy. So again, if we talk about conservation of mechanical energy, this tells us that the total energy class in a given system, in a given closed system, remains constant. That means the initial energy of the given system is equal to its final value of its energy. Thus, as you indicated here with the given equation, KE initial plus PE initial is equal to KE final plus PE final. Or if we'll be expounding this equation further, KE initial plus PE initial is just equal to ME initial. That's mechanical energy initial is equal to KE final plus PE final. That is simply equal to ME final. That means the total mechanical energy of the system initially and after any event or process remains the same. This will only be true if the system is closed and at the same time there is no presence of a non-conservative force such as friction. Because again, if there's presence of non-conservative force such as friction, what happens is that there will be uh, a release class of heat or waste energy, such as thermal energy. And with that idea that there is a release class of thermal energy in the system, that means the overall value of its energy this time will no longer be the same for its initial and final. Okay? Muna, here in physics, usually, if we talk about conservation of mechanical energy, i-mention gid na sa problem class nga frictionless ang surface, assuming that there is no presence of air resistance or any resisting force. Kay mo man na ang condition to observe class energy is being conserved. And again, also, as highlighted, since energy is being conserved, so that means we can apply here the idea of conservation of energy, wherein energy is neither created nor destroyed, but simply transformed from one form to another. Muna, that as we discussed the results all throughout sa kanang experiment, we always highlighted that there is transformation of energy from KE to PE. That's the time when the object goes uphill. And then conversion from PE to KE, this time when the object goes downwards or goes downhill. Okay? Sige, next. Padayon ta. Number 2.
Explain how the conservation of mechanical energy can help you predict a skater's speed, potential energy, and kinetic energy when there is no friction on the track. Use ideas and results from your experiments in B&E to support your explanation. So, the conservation of mechanical energy serves as a valuable tool for predicting a skater's speed, potential energy, and kinetic energy on a frictionless track, as illustrated by the findings of experiments B and E. Experiment B revealed that the skater's speed remains consistent regardless of its mass, indicating a direct proportionality between kinetic energy and mass. Additionally, the potential energy was found to be directly proportional to the mass, with no thermal energy present due to the absence of friction. These insights, combined with the observations from experiment B, provide a comprehensive understanding of the skater's energy dynamics. When the skater's speed is zero, she is either at her starting point or at her highest position, with all energy stored as potential energy. Conversely, at the lowest point of its trajectory, all potential energy has been converted into kinetic energy, resulting in maximum speed.
Oh, exactly. And, sige, padayon.
Balanced energy levels between potential and kinetic energy suggest a position midway between the highest and lowest points. Through the application of the conservation of mechanical energy, accurate predictions regarding a skater's energy distribution at different points along the track can be made. Underscoring the fundamental principles governing motion in the absence of friction, we use this equation: total mechanical energy is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy to accurately predict potential and kinetic energy.
Yes. So, muna ni siya ang summary kanina. Sa kato nga question nga asa nga point nga equal ang values sa energies is actually at the midpoint. So, balance ang energy levels for PE and KE at the midpoint. That's the point between the uphill and the downhill. So, down to G. Sige. This time, Suway Bagyo.
So, explain how you could use your understanding of conservation of mechanical energy to plan a track that is fun, challenging, and one that is relatively safe.
Mm.
Conservation of mechanical energy is a fundamental principle in physics that states that the total mechanical energy of a system remains constant if only conservative forces are acting on it. This means that the sum of kinetic energy, the energy of motion, and potential energy, the energy associated with an object's position, remains constant as long as no non-conservative forces like friction or air resistance are present. So to create a track that is fun, challenging, and safe, I will consider making several terrains that are not too steep or too high, which only use a considerable amount of energy. The starting slope will be the highest among the others to stimulate adrenaline as the skater approaches the maximum speed. The terrains will play a vital role for the dynamics of the KE and PE, making the skaters stop at the top of each terrain, and then suddenly they'll feel their speed increases as they go down, will add to their excitement. The last terrain will be lower than the others to prevent accidents and injuries.
Okay, sige. Let us see your design. Sige. Okay. Sige, will you please explain this design of yours?
So first miss kay ang
Mm.
highest nga slope, and then kanang mao na ang ilahang pinaka kanang mo reach sila og maximum speed, and then as they go upwards kay they momentarily stop and then go down na sad and then increase their speed. And
Um,
then
yes, unsa?
the last nga terrain miss is lower para dili kayo mo increase ilahang speed, which can cause injury if they
Ah,
kuan.
Okay. So akong question here is five manika tracks, no? Asa man ang first track ninyo dere?
Ay, gi ay kani miss.
Asa man?
First it's
Asan?
kaning 1, 2, 3 nga kuan miss. Dots at once.
Ha? Unsa to?
Kaning one kaning three nga first three nga dots miss.
O kanino? One. Then asa ang two?
Second is uphill miss.
Kani.
Ah,
Mao ni.
and then downhill na sad miss.
Down. Manika tulo.
Ah, ay yes miss. And then ikaapat ang kuan miss pataas.
Okay. Kani siya. So di siya uniform no nga tulo ka dots yung gigamit. So one, two,
Ay
three,
kuan miss kanang
four,
tulo
five.
ka
Ha?
dots miss pero inig connect nimo is mo connect
Pero
ang
nausa siya.
yes
Na-combine.
miss.
Mm. My question here is, why is it then in your design, your initial point is the highest compared to other points in this given track?
To kuan miss kanang
And that is
more
actually correct. Ngano ang starting point, highest point jud dapat.
kay para ang ilang initial nga speed miss is kanang ay pa i-prolong niya ang kuan pagdagan sa kuan miss sa skateboard.
Ngano ma-prolong man niya ang pagdagan? Ngano di ay kung high ang position?
Kuan higher ang speed miss and then ang force niya is pababa ay yung acceleration is mas taas.
Mhm. Klaro ko
And
na
then
to.
yung
Kung high iyang position, kung nasa dere, maunsa iyang speed?
higher than the other kuan miss. Highest miss.
Highest iyang speed na dere sa tumoy?
No, ay dili miss as kanang pa downhill siya. Ana nga
Inig pa down niya ubos.
yeah.
Mm. Actually, the idea here, nga na ang starting position should be the highest point, is to allow then the object to gain the highest stored energy, the highest gravitational potential energy. And since it has the highest stored energy, as it goes down, that amount of energy will be fully converted to kinetic energy, right? Kinetic energy is defined by energy in motion. So kung increase iyang PE, increase iyang speed. So increase iyang speed, makalahutay siya to move across this given course that you have designed in your track. That's basically the reason. Kinahalang taas para ang initial nga stored energy niya is greater enough so the moment it descends or goes downhill with that greater value of GPE, greater put ang value sa KE as it being converted when it goes downwards or when it descends. Okay? Nasabtan ba? Hello? Class?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Are there any questions, by the way? Kay pangutana class?
Wala, miss.
Wala? Okay. So, I'll stop sharing now, huh? Since we're done already discussing the results. Okay. I'll go back then to the Google Meet. So, that's it. So that's the discussion class sa results then for the given experiment all about the conservation of mechanical energy, and that will be then our last experiment class. So again, this afternoon, please make sure ha nga dili mo mag-absent kay ngano we will be having class deeper discussion to this, although nakadiscuss na to actually sa concept, but it's more into qualitative description based on the results of the given experiment. This time in the lecture, we will be concretizing the results of the experiment as we go along with problem solving. Yes. So karong hapon, get ready with your seat work. Atong i-check kato inyong activity, and after we move then our discussion about work, energy, and conservation of mechanical energy. Nakuha, class?
Yes, ma'am. Kuha, miss.
Okay. Sige. Okay, wala na may pangutana, so let's end our meeting and I'll see you later has afternoon. See, open na your camera. So, mahuman na ta and magkita na pud ta balik karong hapon. Okay? Sige. Nara mo sa inyong balay karon, class?
Yeah,
Ah,
ma'am.
okay. Nakuha na ba ninyo yung mga papers? No, ako matang gi-distribute last time. Imong gi-distribute dyan, itong mga papel.
Wala pang upad, ma'am.
Ah,
Wala pang upad.
okay. Sige. Pero katong uban, nakuha na nila.
Nakuha.
Sige. Okay. Alright. Sige na. Screenshot na ta. Sige. Sa tong meeting for this morning. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Sige. Thank you. So I'll see you class once again this afternoon, ha? Uh, don't be absent kay problem solving na punta. Ana man jud na siya. Di man gyud na mawala kay mo man na ang language sa physics actually. Okay? Sige. Have a good lunch and see you later. I'll be posting later class Google Meet details for this afternoon. Okay. Goodbye everyone.